Okay, so to start out with this problem, um, I don't know what the teacher was saying about trying to use a pentagon formula, because that wouldn't necessarily work if this side right here, this side, this side, this side, and this side, if they were all different sizes, you can't just use the same formula. Because essentially what you're doing in trying to find the volume is you're taking, say, this, just ignore all this back here. You're trying to take this, the area of this shape. You're trying to find the area of that and time and multiplying it by the length of it. So you're taking this and multiplying it however many times back here. If that makes sense. But essentially, what you have to do here is you have to kind of divide it into multiple different shapes. So, you have to, this right here, this shape right here, is a triangular prism right up top here. And you can use your formula for that. Now, I don't know the formula for a pentagon, so this is how I did it. And then down here, since this isn't a square, this is a trapezoid, or it's not a square or a rectangle or anything like that. So you can't just use base times height times length, or length times base times height. You can't just use that, because it has a different shape. So basically, what we have to do is we have to take it, knowing if we cut this off right here, that's a triangle up here. So, and we just ignore this top part. That's a trapezoid. Okay. So we have to take this and take that. And then now, if you ignore all that, we've got another triangular prism right here. So we can use the same formula we use right here, down here. And the same thing over on this side. Right there. And then this right here in the middle, that's just going to be a square. Well, a rectangle, and we can use same base times width times height on that. So let's solve it. So the length of this is going to be 7 inches. So we'll go ahead and write down 7 because that one's going to be easy. Okay, so we got 7 right there. So, well, let me just write it down here so y'all can see it. 7 for the length. So for the base, we're going to have 12. So times 12. And then length times base times height. And the height is you're going to have to find the height a different way. So it's going to be a little bit more math. So the entire height of this entire birdhouse is going to be 14 inches. But the little trapezoid that we have down here, that's only 8 inches tall. So really all you do is you do 14 minus 8, you get 6 up here. So the rest of this is going to be 6 inches. Just like that. So then we have our height, our length, our width, our base, whatever you want to call it, and our height. So it's going to be 6. Now plug that into calculator. 7 times 12 times 6, 504. But you have to add another step because this is a triangle, not a rectangle. So you have to do 504 divided by 2. And then that gets you, what is that? 252. And I'm trying to draw through a camera, so my handwriting is normally just as bad as this, I'm going to be perfectly honest, but I'm trying. Okay, so that's going to be, we have one of our shapes. the area for one of our, or the volume for one of our shapes. So let's find these triangles, since we're doing triangles right now, or triangular prisms to be exact. So we're just going to do the exact same thing. The height for this is going to be 8, this little triangle right here. But we also have to do the same thing we kind of did for height over here to find the length, or base, the shapes. So to find this bottom piece right here, which is going to be the base for the little rectangle here, that's going to be 10. 5 plus 5, 10. But that doesn't apply to this little triangle. So we have to do 5 or 10 minus 12. I mean, obviously will equal 2. But since there's two triangles here, they're going to both have a width of 1 inch. Same thing over here, both 1 inch. So then we're just going to do 8 times 1 times, times 7, because the length up here. And I'm using some words interchangeably. And I know they're not the exact same thing, but you look at things from a different angle, it looks different, that kind of stuff. But really, I mean, this can be, I mean, you can do this, I mean, it's multiplication, you can do this any way, in any order you want it to. So it really, I mean, doesn't affect anything. So that's going to be 8 times, really, that's just 8 times 7. 56. And then 56 divided by 2, 28. So we have 252 and 28. But since, I mean, we can just cut down another step by just multiplying this by 2, which we just did, so that's just 56. Oops. And then we have the volume for both of these triangles now, and this triangle up here. So now all we have to do is find the area or volume for this little rectangular prism here. So we have 10 times 8 times 7. 10 times 8 times 7, and this is not the most professional video work, I know, but again, just doing my best here. 10 times 8 times 7, 560. And when you get 560, add that to 56 plus 252, all that, you get, drum roll please, 868. And that's how I did it. So, I don't know what the teacher was saying about that pentagon thing, because like I said, if all these sides are different, you can't use that. You have to split it up into different shapes and use the volume for them. The volume things, the volume formulas for them, which for the triangle here, it's going to be base, which is going to be this right down here, times height, obviously, height, times length, divided by 2. That's the volume for a triangle, the formula for the volume for the triangle, and then obviously the rectangle and squares is just base times height times length. And then that's what you get. All right.